Ikebana, right? What is Ikebana? I've heard the term, of course, a lot of times, but what is it exactly?
It's an art form. It's a Japanese form of flower arranging that's quite different from the American style.
Okay.
And it's much simpler, a lot of open space. And in Japan, they often put their arrangements in a little alcove, and they use it as a form of meditation even when you're creating your design.
Okay.
So like when there's a class in Ikebana that's offered at Memphis Botanic Garden, and when we go to class we try and remain quiet.
Wow.
So you can listen to what the flowers want you to do.
You heard that, Mr. D? We're listening to the flowers.
That's not like
Well,
it. That's not like Master Gardener class.
Oh, okay.
Like Master Gardener class.
All right.
But
All right.
So we have, what I want to do is show you some of the more primary basic
Okay.
designs that you would learn in a beginner's class.
Okay.
And there's different schools of Ikebana, and I have been going to Ichio Ikebana.
Ichio.
Ichio. When in Japanese, the I's are pronounced like E's.
Okay.
So that's why Ikebana is Ikebana.
Gotcha. Getting a good lesson here. Okay.
And one of the first ones that we always started with was, this is called a Moribana or Suiban, a low round bowl.
Okay.
Or it could be a low, long, rectangular size.
Okay.
And most people, and I also want to emphasize it, I'd love for y'all to try it at home, because you can really just take any kind of pan at home, and do something with it. You don't have to have expensive containers.
Okay.
And so I thought I'd show you how to do that. You start with this. Your next item you use is called a kenzan. It can be shown as a needle point.
Okay.
A lot of people have them from the grandmother's time. It's quite sharp.
Wow, it is sharp.
Yeah, and you can get them in different. The needles can be further apart. You would place the kenzan never in the middle. You would always place it to one side up front. There's a rule about summertime; it's in this end of it. So you don't have to put it in the middle, because this is going to be very asymmetrical. It's not what you're used to. But the thing about it is, you can buy 3 flowers and pick some greenery from your yard, and that's it. So you could buy an expensive flower by stem, and it would work just fine.
Okay.
I'm going to work towards facing me, and then I'm going to roll it around so you can see how I do it.
Okay.
And the first thing I'm going to use is my hydrangeas. These came
Those are
from,
beautiful, by the way.
well, they came from my yard. I had
Oh, look
quite
at
a
you.
few of them, and I'm very pleased with the way they came out this year.
Oh, you should be. Yeah, those are beautiful.
And
Oh, you are a master gardener, though, right? I mean, that's to be
Yeah,
expected,
well,
right, Mr. D? All right.
okay, you would always put your largest one on the bottom. So we're going to try and find the best top one. All the time you remove almost all the leaves, because there's beauty in the stem itself.
Beauty in the stem. Okay.
So this might be too long, but I'm going to use 3 flowers and make a triangle. And you want the first one to be as long, certainly as long as your container is. And then the next one should be 3/4 the size of this one. And then the next one should be 3/4 the size of the second one. So sometimes you have to trim and work with it. So I'm going to place this first. I like this one, so I need to trim it off just a little bit. So I don't want it nearly as tall.
Okay.
Get rid of some of these leaves. You also like to lean, and with a kenzan, you can cut them at an angle and then place it and lean it somewhat.
Okay.
Now my largest one Now this is pretty large. I'm going to cut it quite short, and I want it to face me.
Okay.
A lot of times you can do a silhouette, like this one to the side, so you can appreciate all forms of the flower, not just the front facing, but the side of it.
How about that? Okay.
Now I've got some aspidistra. I love this variegated.
That's a beautiful leaf.
It really is. I've started to collect things in the garden that I can actually use in flower arranging. So I've been conscious of buying things that will work for that. Now your aspidistra or your greenery should be like, there should be one between these two, one between these two, and one between these two. And you would again have a tall one. Whoop, see how that happens? You have to push it down hard, and you can't hurt yourself on those needles.
They are sharp.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to just leave those laying around.
No.
I don't want to do that.
I kind of collect them. You can find them in antique stores, in some stores, but you certainly can go online and find them. Now this one, I'm going to make it quite low. And just for variety, I'm going to fold it under and stick it under the kenzan just to hold it a bit, so that you have, a little bit of variety. Let me roll this around so you can see what I've done.
All right.
And I only used one kenzan. The other part of Ikebana is we always use a mat of some kind. And this is just like a little bamboo. You can use a placemat. You can use, I'm going to use some greenery here in a minute. But you would place this not in the center of the mat, but to the side, because once again, it's asymmetrical. So you've got something that's, I think, is lovely, but it's very simple.
Okay.
If you don't like your kenzan showing, which you can see it, you can put small rocks in there, and you'll have, I don't have water in this, but you would, and it adds to it. Some people will actually take a leaf and add to it to hide the kenzan. Also, we use a lot of driftwood, a lot of dried materials. You mix dried and fresh, and you could just lay it in there like that.
How about that?
So it looks, it's simple, but it's interesting.
It is.
And the point is, you'll notice so much space. Nothing's touching each other, and it shouldn't be in this particular kind of arrangement. So it's fairly easy. The containers, in the summertime you use a lighter container. In the winter you might use a darker one. There's chrysanthemums are a very Japanese Ikebana look, especially like a spider mum, you know, that open up really big. So you could do several easy arrangements. And you would put this probably, you know, on against a wall. When we work in the class, we have a background which is a trifold like kids use on their reports. Okay. And you get a black one or a blue one, and you can really see how it pops out then. And you can rearrange and critique your own design.
All right. Well, look, Miss Mary, we definitely appreciate the basic. This is the basic form,
yeah, right? Okay. So people will actually go try, you know? I mean, I have elaborate containers and stuff, but, you know, nobody has those. Okay. So I wanted to get something that people could possibly relate to.
Well, look, we appreciate the demonstration.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please click the subscribe button below.